Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today I get to drive one of my dream cars, the Porsche 718 Spyder. And this isn't just any Boxster Spyder, it's the RS version. So we have center lock wheels. We are powered by a 4-liter, there's a good look at those center locks, where this car is powered by a 4-liter, no, 4-cylinder here, 4-liter flat 6, producing 493 horsepower. It revs up to 8,400 RPMs. It has 331 foot-pounds of torque at 6,250 RPM. Now, if you like a manual transmission like I do, sorry, you can get the manual or PDK on the regular Boxster Spyder or Cayman GT4, but not on the RS models. If you follow the channel, about a year ago, we drove my friend's Cayman GT4 RS, and that was one of my favorite cars and made my car of the year. One of the top cars I've ever driven as far as a modern Porsche. We're rear-wheel drive, 7-speed PDK automatic, a weight of 3,214 pounds, top speed 191 miles an hour, and a 0 to 60 time in 3.2 seconds. So let's take it out for a ride and see if it's as good as the GT4 RS. Remember to like and subscribe because we have more videos coming. Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we have a very special car, a Boxster Spyder RS. So we got the 4-liter GT3 motor, we have 493 horsepower, 331 foot-pounds of torque, made it to a 7-speed PDK only. But you know what? We got 9,000 RPM. If you follow the channel, you know last year we drove my friend Hugo's Cayman GT4 RS, and I have a feeling that the Spyder version is going to be even better. This is a beautiful yellow, one of my favorite colors, racing yellow, which replaced speed yellow. Now we have Cup 2 tires, so we need some heat in them. Obviously, it's a stiff ride being an RS. We're driving in manual mode. Of course, why wouldn't we? And you see how responsive the shifts are. So I can go up to 5th gear. You didn't even notice that shift. 4th, 3rd, a little rev matching. Very, very nimble car. Mid-engine, not rear engine like the GT3. We've driven a 992 GT3 on the channel, both manual and PDK. But honestly, I like the Cayman GT4 RS better, and I think I'm gonna like this Spyder better as well. Wow. And the best thing about the RS models is you have the intake right behind your head, so you hear it right in your ear. This car has the Weissach package. It's got the carbon bucket seats. Hopefully he's not going the way we're going. The shifts are just perfect in this car. You definitely don't miss the manual transmission driving this. I like the red tachometer. Yeah.
They matched it up. They respect red and yellow go along pretty
Yeah,
good.
it does.
There's other ones with the red and black, and it just doesn't. Yellow and black, and it doesn't.
Right.
Nice.
It reminds me of the F430 had, you could get a yellow or red tachometer.
Yep. My favorite, the F430.
Yeah. Oh, you had one?
Gated F430.
Oh, that's the dream right there.
That is the dream. That is the dream.
But this car is so much faster, it handles so much better. It's really hard to compare a 20-year-old car with a modern car. So here's a good test in this roundabout. Nobody signals like they should. But you can really take the intake. That's the difference between, I've driven the other models like a regular GT4. The difference in this RS is that carbon fiber intake right by your head. Now we're behind some traffic, so if we put it in auto mode, it drives like a regular Boxster or regular Porsche. It's definitely stiffer, it's definitely louder, especially with the soft top. I believe more noise is coming in. You can hear the intake better behind your head. All right, so we're coming up to some turns here. We're in 4th gear, and you'll see how quickly this PDK shifts. We're gonna drop a gear, go to 3rd, drop a gear, go to 2nd, watch these cars cutting the divider and turning in front of you.
Nice. Let's turn on.
Wow, the shifts are so quick.
Very short gear ratios.
Yeah. Totally different car than the GTS. Even though the GTS also has a 4-liter 6-cylinder, it's not the same motor as this. Maybe that's a better daily driver, softer suspension.
I haven't driven that car. I'm curious to know what you feel the difference is.
Yeah, me too. I've driven
a different 4.0 engine.
Right.
It's a different engine.
Yeah. I've driven the 2.5 4-cylinder GTS, and obviously it doesn't sound as good being a 4-cylinder, but that thing handled perfect. Like that was, it was a manual transmission, it was fantastic. And you have carbon ceramics.
Yep.
Yep.
You feel very safe and secure in the handling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with these bucket seats, really hold you in.
Yeah.
Wow, there's not even a kickback. When you shift, it's not even like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you didn't feel the sound, you wouldn't even know it shifted. You know, like there's a change in pitch, right? Now, what's the market for these? Are they still in that like 220, 230?
220.
Okay.
220. You know, I have a feeling there's going to be, at the end of the day, a lot fewer of these than, say, a GT4 RS or
Right.
3 RS. Or
I agree. Most people are probably getting the coupes.
but the way the top is designed is so unique in this car. It's painstaking, but there's a beauty in it.
Yeah.
The manual, like analog.
Right.
It fits in with the whole analog feature, right? Of the.
Now I just saw, so on the downshifts, it was giving us a little kick there, right? So here's 3rd, 2nd, but the upshifts, there's very little kick, even in the sportiest mode. But what I really like is that it's really got a razor sharp turn in.
And the suspension is actually more forgiving than the GT4 RS.
Really?
From what I understand.
Is it a little bit softer because it's convertible?
Yeah, softer.
It's been about a year apart, but I would say that the GT4 felt a little more like race car, a little more bumpier, a little more stiffer.
Yep.
Like a car you want to drive for an hour and then it's like, all right, that's enough. Like this, I think you could probably say in it, yeah.
Touring category,
right?
And the fact that you can't hear your
you can't hear your thoughts, yeah. And it's still a stiff ride. I mean, if somebody's coming from like a regular 718 Boxster or 981, this is a lot stiffer than that.
You've driven the 918.
The 918 supercar? No.
Yeah, the supercar.
No, I wish. I wish.
Hugo's 812. Are you going to film that?
I would love to. I'm gonna tell him to take me for a ride. Hopefully, he'll let me drive. But this was a fantastic car. And if you can get one of these, I highly recommend that you do. I think this is definitely, with the convertible top and the uniqueness and the engine, that this is going to be collectible for years to come. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I do a full-length video every Monday and shorts Tuesday through Sunday. So you have Glenn's car collection 7 days a week. And how do you get that? You just have to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and I will see you next time.